Hello, my dear friend. As you step into this chapter of life, perhaps you have begun to feel subtle changes within yourself. There are days when, even though the outside world is completely quiet, a silent, nameless anxiety still rises in your heart. It is not the impulsive fear of youth, but a deep sense of uncertainty about time, about health, and about things left unfinished. You may feel yourself slowing down, and the world out there seems to be leaving you behind. But please do not rush to judge yourself or feel saddened by this. This slowing down is not a regression. It is a sacred invitation from life. In Buddhism, there is a beautiful truth that softness is clarity. Only when we let go of the hard outer shell to become softer do we truly see the essence of life clearly. Aging is not a punishment. It is an opportunity for the soul to settle down and heal wounds that have been sleeping for so many years. Today, let us sit together in stillness, take a deep breath, and walk through 6 precious lessons from the wisdom of the Buddha. These lessons will not require you to strive or make great changes, but simply help you find the balance and peace inherent in your twilight years. We begin with the first lesson, a seemingly simple one, but the most important foundation for finding peace. Slow down to truly listen to your life. My dear friend, there is a paradox that often occurs as we get older. Even though your external pace of life has slowed down after retirement or after children have grown up, the speed inside your mind is still spinning very fast. The habit of worrying, calculating, and shouldering burdens for decades has created a strong inertia in the nervous system. You sit still, but your mind is still racing with worries about health, finances, or the safety of your children and grandchildren. Please remember this saying: worry grows in speed, peace grows in stillness. When your mind runs too fast, you miss the life happening right before your eyes. So how do we break this racing car of the mind? Let's start with the smallest things in your day, concrete and practical. Start with your breath. When you feel nervous or uneasy, stop and breathe a little slower than usual. Extend your exhalation, smooth and gentle. Slow breathing sends a safety signal to the brain, soothing the undercurrents in your heart. Practice in your meals. Do not eat in a hurry like in the old days when you had to race against work hours. Chew thoroughly. Feel the sweetness of the rice, the freshness of the vegetables. Turn the meal into a ritual of savoring life, and walk slowly. With every step you place on the ground, feel the steadiness and support of Mother Earth. Do not walk just to reach the destination. Walk to enjoy the fact that you can still walk. When you actively slow down every action of the body, the mind will be forced to follow and settle down. Old age allows you a luxury that youth does not have: the time to live deeply. Do not waste it on the haste of thoughts. Slow down so you can hear the birds singing, the wind whispering, and the quiet voice of your own heart. When the pace of life has slowed, we will face a companion indispensable in this journey: impermanence. Many people fear old age because they see in it loss and fading. The body weakens, eyes dim, legs slow, memory declines. We resist this change and view impermanence as a cruel enemy, but under the light of the Dharma, impermanence is not a threat. It is liberation. It is thanks to impermanence that all pain will eventually pass. It is thanks to impermanence that we know how to cherish what we have. Instead of looking back at the glorious past with regret, learn to look at it with eyes of empathy and gratitude. Look at the wrinkles on your face not as traces of aging, but as rivers of memory, evidence of the smiles and tears you have experienced. Look at gray hair as a crown of wisdom and experience. When you befriend impermanence, you will see the changes in the body as an inevitable law of nature, just like a leaf turning yellow when autumn comes. That leaf is not sad. It is beautiful with a brilliant and quiet beauty before returning to the source. Impermanence heals regrets. You understand that past mistakes have also passed. Your old self did the best they could within their capacity at that time. Do not torment the present for things that belong to the flow of yesterday. Turning old age into a spiritual advantage is when you use the understanding of impermanence to let go of unnecessary attachments. You are lighter, more leisurely. You no longer try to hold on to what does not belong to you. You accept the flow of life with a serene smile, knowing that every present moment is a unique and precious gift. We are entering the deepest part, and also the part that requires the most courage of the heart. That is the lesson of releasing invisible burdens. My dear friend, throughout a human life, besides the responsibilities of food and clothing, we silently carry invisible rocks on our shoulders that no one sees. Those are the roles we must play, the expectations we must meet, and the resigned silences. Try to ask your heart a truly honest question. How many apologies did you deserve to receive but never got? How many times were you hurt but smiled and said, "It doesn't matter," while your heart was breaking? How many dreams did you fold away in the corner of the cupboard to care for your family, for your children? Those feelings do not just disappear. They compress into heavy blocks of stone weighing on your soul, making you feel tired and gloomy without understanding why. Today, right now, is the time for you to put them down. Liberation begins with acknowledgement. Admit that you hurt, that you were sad, and that is perfectly valid. Do not deny your emotions anymore. Next is compassion. Be kind to yourself. Understand that those who hurt you may also be carrying their own wounds and ignorance. They could not give you an apology, not because you didn't deserve it, but because they lacked the capacity to recognize their faults. And finally, release. You do not need their apology to be at peace. You can give yourself that peace. Imagine you are taking off a heavy backpack from your shoulders, placing it by the roadside, and walking on. You have completed your role excellently. You owe no one anything anymore, and no one owes you anything. Return freedom to the past so that the present can be light. When the burden has been laid down, the empty space in the heart needs to be filled with a new source of energy. Gentle self-compassion. There is a reality that older people often forgive children, grandchildren, and outsiders very easily, but are extremely harsh with themselves. You can be tolerant when a grandchild breaks a bowl, but torment yourself all day if you accidentally forget your keys or make a small mistake. You blame yourself for being senile, for being useless. Please stop that internal abuse. Self-compassion is not self-indulgence or selfishness. Self-compassion is treating yourself like a lifelong soulmate. Practice speaking to yourself in the language of love. When you feel tired or in pain, instead of complaining, place your hand on the painful spot and say, "I know you are hurting. I am here with you. We will rest together." When you feel lonely, hug yourself and say, "It's okay. I always have myself as a friend." Allow yourself to care for the smallest needs. An afternoon nap, a delicious meal, or refusing a meeting that tires you out. That is not laziness. That is respect for the life present within you. When you know how to love yourself, You will no longer feel self-pity or crave attention from your children. You become a cool stream nourishing yourself, and from there, your peaceful energy will spread out, warming the whole family. To maintain sustainable peace, we cannot rely solely on theory. We need concrete actions. The fifth lesson is an invitation for you to build a sanctuary of peace for yourself through small rituals every day. Especially for those living alone or feeling empty, establishing a healthy rhythm of life is extremely important. It creates structure and meaning for the new day. In the morning, start with grounding. Do not rush to turn on the TV or worry. Spend a few minutes sitting still, drinking a glass of warm water, and feeling your presence in the quiet space. Greet the new day with a gentle smile. During the day, make time for a light-hearted activity that brings pure joy. It could be tending to a few potted plants, knitting, reading a few pages of a book, or listening to meditation music. Do it with full attention, as if it were the most important thing in the world. At noon or in the afternoon, take a meaningful pause. Turn off all devices, lie down to relax, or sit and watch the clouds. Allow your mind to be empty, not worrying about anyone. And before sleeping, perform the night release ritual. Count the good things in the day to be grateful for, and bundle up the unsatisfactory things to send back to the night. Tell yourself, today is complete. I let go of everything to enter a peaceful sleep. These rituals are like fences protecting your soul, helping you always have a peaceful place to return to amidst the fluctuations of old age. And finally, the sixth lesson, the lesson of spiritual rebirth. Let go of old identities to step into the new season of life. Upon retirement, or when children leave the nest, we often fall into a crisis because we feel we are no longer someone. I am no longer a director, no longer a busy mother taking care of children. The feeling of no longer being needed makes us feel lost and superfluous. But my dear friend, your identity is like a river, always flowing and changing shape, not a fixed rock. Letting go of old roles is not losing yourself. It is finding your truest self. You are no longer a professional title, but you are a person with rich wisdom and life experience. You are no longer the person feeding and clothing children, but you are a solid spiritual support, a peaceful haven for them to return to. This stage is the time for you to live for yourself, free to explore aspects that you neglected in your busy past. You can be a nature lover, a poetry writer, or simply someone who knows how to fully enjoy a cup of tea. Do not cling to the aura of the past. Joyfully welcome the autumn of life with its distinct, mature, and deep beauty. When you can put down the tight coat of old identities, you will feel light and free as a bird in the sky, ready for a vast and open spiritual journey. My dear friend, we have walked a long journey together to find peace for the twilight years. May you have enough courage to let go of unnecessary burdens. May you have enough love to embrace yourself, and may every day that passes be a complete, peaceful, and meaningful day for you. If these sharings bring a little warmth to your soul, please press the like and subscribe button so we can continue to accompany each other. Please leave a comment sharing your feelings as a way for us to connect good energy with one another. Wishing you body and mind always in peace. Goodbye, and see you again.